Hello everybody, it's Gary Dennis, your favorite realtor slash veteran with Fathom Realty. Hey, this is the video blog for today, and what this vlog is about is this a business deal or personal when buying a house? Well, you know, many people say residential is a business deal, and then many people say yes, and I have Deal Dog with me today, and many people also say that it is a personal transaction. I definitely see both of them. I swing for both. And the reason why it is a business deal, because you are spending a large sum of money to a place that you're investing in, that you're going to live in, invest in probably in 10, 12 years, sell down the road. And as long as you keep it up, you'll make profit on it. As long as the real estate market's going good. Then you also have the other side of personal, because this is a place where you're probably, if you don't have a family, you might be wanting to start a family, or you might not even want to have a family. I mean, it's just where you and your dog, cat, bird, hamster, snake, I don't know, whatever type of animal you have, wants to stay. So I see it more as a business slash personal. So my wife really took it personal when we bought our house. A lot of personal things. I looked at the money side, how old the roof was, how old the HVAC was, that sort of stuff. That's how I based my decision. And then I also based it, is it in a general area that I want to? And then the biggest decision was, is it in the right school system, school district for us? And we really thought that where we picked Richland 2 was the best school district, and I still wholeheartedly believe that. I love Richland 2. I really do. We can get on that later, though. But, you know, the thing is, it is, no matter how you look at it, a business deal. Now, as a realtor, I see everything as a business deal, but I am there as the rock, and I try to provide clients with as much information, CMAs on houses they're looking to place an offer, running comps in the area, you know, double checking, i.e. the age of the HVAC, the roof, by checking the property disclosures for them. If you tell me, hey, I don't want to drive no more than 40 minutes, I'll be like, is that like a hard window, or can we stretch it to 50? If you go, nope, I'm not driving 41 minutes no matter what, then hey, we stick at 40-minute mark. And but if you go, I got some leeway, then we're going to do the leeway, and we're going to figure that out. And you know, I always ask, well, how many bedrooms you want minimum? And the reason why I always ask minimum is because if you only need 3, but you would like 4, but it's not a necessary thing, then we're going to look at 3, because I always go 3 plus. Okay, because here's how that works. If you give me a window of price range, I don't really want to know your top. I always like to know, well, I got to know your bottom. And then you got to kind of give me a little window. If you give me that little window, then, you know, sometimes 3, 4, even 5-bedroom houses pop up in that window. It's just dependent upon the size of the living room, size of the dining rooms. Do they have a formal or dining room or not? So, I mean, there's a lot of factors that play into that. And it also, price points play into what type of flooring they are. If there's laminate flooring all downstairs, or luxury vinyl plank, or hardwoods, or carpet, that all fluctuates the prices. And that's how, you know, you find the business side of it. But the business and the personal side mirror, and it comes conjoined when you get into residential, because there's a heartfelt, and that's just on the buying side. When you go to the seller side, you know, you got something that you've had for years, that you've put a lot of hard work, tears, sweat, you know, you made those payments, you upgraded things, you did things yourself that you like, that made your house yours. And then you also got to look, though, you got to look and see what it sells around you by the comps. You got to comp that out, because you can be like, well, I want $1 million from it. I would love it. Right now, I'm $1 million guy. You give me $1 million, I'll move. And that's way more than I paid for this house. I mean, way more than I paid for this house. But I love this house. We love this house. It's in the community. It's in the area we want. It's very quiet. Love it. Love our neighbors. all my neighbors are retired military pretty much, except for one, two, maybe three. I think it is. And I live on a cul-de-sac, so the whole thing's like retired Marines, Army, Air Force. So it's great. It's great. The other thing about selling is when you get into that business aspect, you need to look at it from a business standpoint. You got to look at what you put into it, what you're getting out. You're going to know if things are going to be wrong, and you're going to be like, well, if they have an inspection, they're probably going to find this. It's not bad. Okay, it might not be bad, but you know it's cosmetic, and it's it's not worthy telling anybody about because quite frankly, nobody really cares if there's a small hole in the wall up there where you had a picture, or you had 4 lag bolts for a TV mount. That's all just cosmetic stuff in my eyes. And then they might ask for it, and that's where you come into the negotiation parts of the repair addendum and things like that in residential real estate. And I really wholeheartedly believe that you got to leave the emotions out of it. Now, as a realtor, I put emotions into it because I put emotions of my clients into it, because you guys have emotions, and I got to utilize those emotions, read those emotions, and see how to best go with the situation. Because if you have that emotion like, I want this house no matter what, then that's what you go with. If you got those emotions of, I'm not really sure, I need all the information, then it doesn't matter whether you want this house no matter what, or that emotion, I'm not sure, I need a little more I'm going to give you all the same information, and I'm going to point out the cons, and I'm going to point out the pros. And you notice I said the cons and then the pros. And the reason why I say I point that out is it helps you with the level head decide what house to buy. Okay? I'm not a home inspector, and by any means, I'm not going to tell you, oh, this is wrong, this is, but I will tell you, hey, look at that. And the reason why I say that is because if it's blatantly obvious, it's blatantly obvious. Okay? If there's a hole in the ceiling where somebody's foot came down through it, I'm going to be, hey, look at that. Because there's a hole in the ceiling. Okay? It's blatantly obvious. So, once I point out one thing, then that's when it normally clicks and everybody starts finding other things that are really wrong, and then they go, well, you know what, let's get a home inspector. They get a home inspector, and then sometimes they go, nope, this isn't the house for us. Theirs is too much, and we don't want to deal with it. Because a lot of it's cosmetic or small things that that is not safety related, but it's just way too much than you're willing to do for the price of that house. And that's fine, but that's when that business side gets into it. And that's also when that personal side gets into it. And what I mean by that personal side is you know what you're willing to do, and that's where they mesh. That's where they come together, and that's where you're helping buy or sell a house, and that's how you're looking at it. And that's the greatest thing. Learning how to mesh that, and having a realtor such as myself help you mesh that together. I love it. I really do. Sometimes I pull my hair out because I'm like, oh no, I messed up because I showed them a house that I know they weren't going to like, but I needed to show it in order to show the other side. Because when you start out, there's that thing like you might have a husband that is all by the numbers, and you got a wife that's all by the heart. Because a lot of times I show it to couples. And that's where it gets tricky. Because you got to show that house that that one's not going to like, but the other's going to love. And then you got to show that other house that one's going to love and one's going to hate. So, you got 2 houses for 2 separate people. And then you find that compromise in the middle for them. Okay? Then you find that, and that's kind of like where the business sense and the personal sense between the 2 people start to come together and mirror just like it was when they met each other, and then they fall in love with it, and you found them the perfect house for the both of them. Because you can never find the perfect house for just one of them. It has to be for the both. So that's where they come up with compromises and things like that. And, it goes right back to selling. It's the same thing in selling. You got to compromise on things. And it's just how it is. Now, if you're selling your house for top dollar, and I mean top, creme de la creme dollar, then that house better be immaculate. If it's not immaculate, and you can't walk in and put down furniture and start living, then it is not worth top dollar. Okay, from a business standpoint, it's not worth top dollar. And what I mean by that is it can be worth top dollar for location, but I'm talking about the top, like pristine, ready to go, like a brand new house, top dollar. If it's a resale and you are getting that, then those carpets better be cleaned or fully redone, new flooring, fully fresh paint. And I'm not meaning painted by the owner where you forget to fill in holes and paint over them. I mean it better be professionally done and you come in and be like, nice, because that's what buyers expect, because you're not going to get that very top dollar if you don't have those things done. You're going to get the top dollar of that house as it sits, but you're not going to get that top dollar. But you also got to be careful, because if you spend too much to get that top dollar, you might outprice yourself and you might not make your money back. So it's a whole balancing act, and that's all I got today for my vlog. You know, I really want to do these vlogs more, but man, I just get so busy emailing out people and talking to people on the phone and whatnot, and searching for houses and going to closings and good Lord, I got it all going on, and it's just hard. And when my family comes home, I try my best to be with them, because I pretty much, I'm going at it. It is 7:41 in the morning. I've already looked at the MLS this morning. I'm doing this. I'll have to edit it, which will take me about an hour to edit this video down. And then I'll be making phone calls today, looking at the MLS, petting Dill Dog over here, aka Lazy Daisy or Crazy Daisy. Just depends on what type of the day it is. And, you know, there's just so much that goes on in a day. I got to go out, videotape a house for a new build for a client. I got to go check on another new build. I got to check on 3 new builds for clients. It's just all parts of the day. But this is something that is really near and dear to my heart that I am going to start doing. And I've said it before, I'm going to start doing more of these. I'm going to try to do 2 a week. So today is Wednesday for those of you Caddyshack lovers. Okay, and then I'm going to try to do one on Friday. I think Friday will be a good day. I think Friday it's supposed to be sunshiny, so I think I'm going to do one out and check that out outside. It still might be a little cold. I don't know, but that's what we're going to do. But anyway, as always, deuces, love you, mean it, and keep on rocking.